Novel Chronicles is a tabletop web series combining improvised storytelling and acting, structured using the rules of a role-playing game. There are 4 players who each represent a character in a group of adventurers. And there is one game master who plays everyone else in the world the characters encounter. Because it's a game, there are a lot of dice rolls. Typically, lower numbers are bad, and higher numbers are good. We use our imaginations and props, miniature terrain, and vivid performances by our 5 actors. And our story is set in the alternative fantasy world of Ben-tir. This is Novel Chronicles. Hello and welcome to Novel Chronicles Episode 4. I am the Game Master Timothy Reese, and we are very excited to have you here. And by we, I'm also referring to our cast, beginning with...
Hi, I'm Bill Crowe. I play Hecate Volshnik, who's an arcanist and a sellsword.
Ooh. My name is Danielle Beckmann. I play Greta. She's a squick, so she's 2'1", and she's an alchemist and likes to make things blow up.
I'm Mark David Christenson. I play Iwin for hire. I'm a Farn, as well as last name will change according to his current occupation.
I play Ashvin. They are a big furry rolk with a chaotic connection to the magic of ben-tir and a deep connection to their budding angst.
And what is your name?
Ashvin.
Oh, no, but your real name.
Hi, I'm Victoria.
Perfect. And as we are in Episode 4, as a brief recap on where the party has been and where they intend to go. Where we last left off, the party were shipwrecked while in pursuit of the magical artifact known as the Face of Harthak, in possession of an arcanist known as Edgar Latch. The dead volcanic island they washed up on held a deep secret, a destroyed astral observatory within its cavernous core. After a dangerous brush with the released elemental forces holding possession of the observatory, the party entered into an unknown, rickety Brabble Arc, a teleportation gate, and ended up just miles from the squalid, swollen town of Restavarn. Covered in a thick layer of mud, next to a violent scar in the shoreline and a fetid, exposed seabed, Restavarn was a quiet fishing village until recent discoveries stuffed it full of prospectors seeking fortune. The party have just settled into the steamy, opaque white baths of the Vibrant Eye, a bathhouse off one of the winding trodden paths. They've come here to relax, regroup, and make full use of the exorbitant price they just paid to lounge in the hot waters.
I don't know about you, but I'm staying in here for 8 hours.
Yeah, no, This is nice.
I'm with you there.
Is it worth the price, though?
It's not worth it.
This is a lot.
Ashvin's done the thing where they soak all the way down deep into the bubbles and the water's at about here, and they don't look like they're relaxed yet.
A crocodile, great.
Hey,
You stop thinking about the price.
That's a good idea.
I saw you take a lot of those soaps. Good idea.
Right? Is there anything else we can take?
Well, we ate a whole bunch of fruit.
Yeah, I ate all of it. Not all of it, a lot of it.
How did they get away with this?
What?
This price.
I know.
Supply and demand.
Yeah, like inflammation. No, inflation. That's the word.
Inflation, yes.
Inflation.
I don't understand.
It's an economical type thing. Don't know much about it. Heard about it once though.
A lot of people want it.
Yeah.
Price gets higher.
Higher.
This just sounds like greed to me.
It is greed.
I agree.
I agree.
The water has a beautiful aroma of mint, and even the brief amount that enters your mouth, it's a lovely flavor. Like, this bathhouse is following all standards of the sensational order of aquifers and baths.
We gotta talk about Edgar Latch.
Do we?
Who's this? He's out on the loose now. I mean, what are we in danger? Because he knows who we are. Do we have like a target on our backs?
Well, for all he knows, we're probably dead.
Right?
The bottom of the sea alongside the Pummelbub.
Yeah, probably. But do we gotta tell people about him, that he's out there, that he's dangerous?
Wouldn't that draw more attention to ourselves?
Yeah, that might... Should probably lay low for a little bit.
Ooh, should we change our names?
Oh, sure.
I changed my last name a lot over the years.
Yeah, why do you do that?
That's just based on my occupation. I've been Iwin Fisher. I've been Iwin the councilman. I've been a lot of things.
A
I've probably
Wait,
a
yeah.
councilman. Yes, up in Charlotte.
Huh.
Wait, you're famous?
I wouldn't call me famous. Have you heard of me before now?
No.
No.
That's right.
But so, you know about, counseling people?
Well, I was a council in the city of Charlotte. So I was part of making policies. That's what I was.
Look at this wise guy over here. He's so smart.
Yeah.
That was only a little part of my time in that. And it wasn't that all the time up there. I was a carpenter at one point.
Oh
I've done a lot of things.
Your last name was Iwin Carpenter then, right?
Exactly.
I'm
You're
starting
catching
to
on.
see trend, yeah.
Yeah. I got a little
Got a little water in here.
out of my ear.
Yeah, that must be a problem.
Don't get swimmers here now.
No, I kind of feel like we're traveling with someone real important though now that I know that you's in the council.
There's a gentle whoosh as the water begins to bubble and the heat is restored.
Did somebody toot? What was that?
That wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
I didn't.
Yeah, you got the right idea. Hecate just kind of like sinks back in so that only his face is
I
outside the water.
Ewan starts floating on his back.
There's a few places along the actual consistency of the water feels a little bit like watery milk because of the amount of additive that's been put in it. It's almost entirely opaque. And as you float in it, you find that it's easier to float in than normal water. How many of you would regularly have spent time in bathhouses? Greta and Iwin?
Only recently.
Okay, yeah.
That's how I know the price was way too much.
Oh, way too much. And however, it's not a poorly made or poorly maintained bathhouse. You find that the water is clean, and as the proprietor of the establishment explained, the price is to manage the cleaning of the muddy individuals in Rest of Varn who come in here and use it. As it is, there are several places along the outside rim. The pool itself is 20 feet on a side, and there's two pools down here, one being the hot pool and one being the cold pool, which has a blue tinge to the water. And the along the sides of this 20 feet on the side pools, there are places to actually sit and lounge and recline, kind of half out of the water if you need a respite from the heat of the getting out,
Okay.
as well as chairs along the outside perimeter. But all the bowls of soap have been looted by Ashvin.
Is there anything else in the room?
The bowls were not
That's
bolted
not
down.
locked down?
The bowls were not. The bowls themselves
were not.
bolted down. There are some towels by the door. There are 2 racks of towels that are freshly
Ooh.
laundered
Oh, yeah.
in a variety of sizes.
Okay, so Greta's just gonna pop out and dangle just her feet in. She has a brightly dyed sort of bathing garment on, by the way. It's like some deep purples.
Ooh.
Yeah. There's a slight shimmer.
So, guys, what's our next move?
I don't know.
Rupert's not paying us no more. We got a politician with us. Maybe you can help us, talk to some higher ups, and we can get some more money.
Yeah, that's kind of a thing that I need to start making more of.
You do?
Yeah, I'm almost out. This bathhouse almost cleaned me out.
As Rupert surfaces from the water.
Me too.
When did you get
How
here?
long were
I've
you
been here
under
the whole
there?
time.
Oh,
Can you breathe underwater?
No.
How long can you hold your breath?
I've never tested it.
How long were you underwater just now?
How long have we been here?
You've been here the whole time we got inside the water. You've been
The
underwater.
whole time.
That's
That's
incredible.
a long time.
you know what? I didn't know he was here because I didn't smell his normal smell because he's clean now.
Okay.
You didn't smell
Great.
good.
A little bit of smell shame there.
Well, you kind of smell like vinegar, to be
You
honest.
smell like mildew.
Whoa!
Listen, you know what? You're not wrong about that. Swicks all kind of have the same scent. We know where each other's is when we're around.
Well, so do we.
Okay, good. Agree to not like each other's smells?
Sure.
As he sticks his hand out,
We need to make some money. I'm out.
and then submerges.
All right.
Did he just say
I'm
he's
starting
out?
to count.
Like he's
out?
done with us? What is
Hecate's
it?
I think
like
it-
counting to see how long he can stay underwater.
I'm going to assume he meant he's out of money, not out, like,
Oh,
of the crew.
All right.
I think we just have to start asking around town to see if anybody needs some mercenary
Yeah.
business.
There were some people talking about the pit. Something about
Oh, yeah.
finding their
Right.
fortune in a pit.
Well, it sounded like people who worked in the pit made money. So they
Yeah.
had enough money to pay for a bathhouse like this.
Right.
What do you think we can find there?
I don't know.
Is this like panning for gold or
Maybe.
maybe something like that?
Guys, there's something I gotta tell you, because you're all, you're taller than me and you can see things I can't. And I gotta share something. So,
Go ahead.
I'm looking for something specific, which is why I don't care how far or wide I travel. I'm ready to go anywhere. I'm looking though for this rock. Kind of a dangerous rock. Don't know the name of it, don't know what it's made of, but it's a midnight blue, dark color with a little shimmer on it. And this really deadly fungus grows on it. It's deadly specifically to Swick. And I'm trying to find it and eradicate it. And I'm really good with this kind of stuff, but I figured if I told you all, your peepers, 4 sets of peepers are better than one.
Yeah. No,
All right.
So,
makes sense.
it's like I gotta find this rock, because if I do, I can be, let go, people get out of jail.
You can what?
Nothing!
You said jail. I heard it.
Yeah.
Did you break out of jail?
No, I didn't break out of jail, but I kinda...
Okay, I jump back in the water and kind of start treading water.
Okay, listen. I'm on probation right now
All right.
for selling some things that were stronger than, that tea I made use?
Yeah.
I used to sell stuff stronger than that. People liked it. They paid a lot of money. Anyway,
I jump back up on the side, shake off.
so calm down, Greta. Get a good gratitude. Okay. So listen, I'm being kind of watched right now. I gotta find this rock, because if I find it and I prove myself, I'll be out from under the thumb of these people's watching me, and I'll get to open my own shop, all above board. No more drug dealing. Nothing bad. Oh God, I should be quiet. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was a lot. Who are these people watching you?
Nobody, no one you need to know. So, but I can't.
I can't help you with that information,
No.
Greta.
No. I'm just saying, I need you to be looking out for the rock.
Can you describe the rock a little for us?
Midnight blue, shimmery color. This deep black fungus grows on it like a little mushroom coming out of it. If you see it, do not get close. I have a whole system of how I'm gonna capture it and bring it back to whoever I need to bring it back.
Capture a rock? Is it going to run away?
Oh, I don't know what kind of rock this is.
Why is it so special?
It's not special. The fungus that grows on it is deathly to Squick. It's poisonous.
Then shouldn't you be the last person out of us to touch it?
Exactly.
Yeah, I got
Yes,
my ways.
Is it alright if I just pick it up? And...
No, you can't do that because you disturb the fungus and the spores to come off. Haven't you ever worked with fungus?
No.
Oh, sorry. I'm an expert, so that's why they brought me here.
It's hard keeping up with you sometimes.
Look!
Yeah.
I have my fathom satchel and I pull out this deep, dark, like pitch black, Swick size suit.
See this suit? Hermetically sealed. I put it on. It was given by my contact. And I put it on, and when I get close to the rock...
You're gonna look
I'll be
adorable
fine.
in that.
Yeah.
Beckmann. What'd you say?
I said you're gonna look adorable in that outfit.
Oh, thanks.
So
Well-
why not just hire somebody else to take the rock for you?
It's because I got, they don't really like me, so I don't think they care if I live or die. So it's one of those, high-risk missions. They send Greta out because I really should be rotting alone in jail, but I'm not. They gave me a second chance,
Why would they
So-
want it?
What?
Why would they want
They
it?
want to get rid of it because it's killing my friend.
Aw.
Oh.
Oh, Hecate! Hecate!
And I just flop on you. In the
It's alright.
Good luck. Hope you find the rock.
Yeah, we'll
Okay,
help you find it.
yeah. It's a little more complicated than all the things I just told you, but that's the gist.
I think a lot of you is complicated more than you put on.
Yeah, but
Thank you. I appreciate it. I think I'm a complicated gal.
There's a
4 minutes.
For a minute, you kept this on. That's what I
What was
got.
that awful squealing sound?
Are you talking about Greta here, about crying?
Oh,
That's really rude to say that about her.
yeah.
Hey,
submerges.
Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna dive in and pull him up.
He's swimming away from you. He's swimming away from you.
I wanted to tell him about the rock, but I guess okay.
We can
do
tell
they-
him later.
Do they have any, like, beverages in this bathhouse? Like, near the fruit?
You can. I mean, may sound off-putting. You can drink the water. It's
Anything
constantly
else?
cycled out.
Or, like an alcoholic beverage?
No
An
alcoholic
ale?
beverages. There is by the towels. There are some pitchers of water.
All right. I'm going to get out and, like, get myself some water. I don't feel like drinking.
I kind of swim to the corner of the pool and like just kind of to have a moment by myself. And on my way, I'm like,
wow, so glad I got that off my chest. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Yeah, it's better to say things and let them well up inside.
As you're walking back from getting the cup of water, you hear a light footfall on the stairs, making your way back to the group. And you can see now walking into the bathhouse chamber, which is not private. It's a public bathhouse. You can see an elven female coming down the steps in properly trimmed clothing that's befitting a clerk. Black lambskin trousers, an ironed white shirt, and a blue woolen blazer that shows no signs of repair. It's nice clothing. And as she's walking in, her hair is pulled up in a bun on top, and there's both a set of very thick spectacles resting on her nose, and also a pair of thick leather gloves that look stained by the gray and the red dust and mud that you've encountered in the city, tucked sort of haphazardly into her belt. And as she moves to the opposite end of the bathhouse, giving you all a brief nod, you see that she begins to, after undressing, slips as well into the water on the far side.
Hello. To the elven.
You see her wave sort of shyly before looking back down at the water. She's sort of half submerged up to her chin.
We've just come to town. Have you heard of the pits?
Yes.
Can you tell us about them?
No, yeah. No, I wanna. What are the?
If you didn't know about them, why did you come here? No one comes to Restavan except for the pits.
Well, this was the closest civilization we could find. Complicated story. Point is, we're here.
Restavan is the closest you could find of civilization.
Unfortunately.
You didn't walk here.
We got a little lost.
You would be very lost.
Yes.
We're looking to make money.
Well, this is where you would come to make money.
That's right. That's what.
But
How do you make money in the pits?
What are the pits?
well, let's see. A few years back, there was an accident. A fishing vessel. Restavan used to only be around 200 people, long before I came. And one of the ships at anchor, just off the shore, which is now completely gone, while pulling up anchor, became lodged in a single stone. At least that's by the reckoning. And as they finally dislodged their anchor, water began rushing like a whirlpool into the hole that was made, and suddenly the whole shoreline began to crack and dissolve as the ocean began receding into an enormous sinkhole. It swallowed all the ships that were inside of the small port at the time. They all went down to the depths, and from there it's created this enormous opportunity for others to explore a place that would take decades or centuries of mining to get to.
I see.
What has been found down there?
Oh, everything you can imagine. Rocks, gems, metal ore.
Oh, what? Rocks?
Well, sure, it's a hole in the ground.
It's a hole in the ground.
We found rare granites. We've never found white marble. You would usually have to carve out of a mountainside. It's been found in huge loads.
Have you been down there?
No, I don't go into the pits. No. I'm
Have
an
you heard
appraiser.
about a navy blue, deep blue rock? Dark blue rock?
No, I don't believe so.
Well, you've never been, so maybe you don't know, but...
Well, I think I would know.
Oh.
I'm an appraiser. I'm sorry.
Is that what brought you here? Is your appraising?
I came here to... Well, at first I was sent here by the Astropardinium to study the rocks, and then I found that after my research grant ran out, I could make money on the side, finding out how much value there was in the loads that were pulled up.
Oh, we got a fancy smarty pants here. That's real neat. You got some good schooling.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Greta.
Hello.
What's you?
Okna.
Okna? Nice to meet you.
You as well, Greta.
What do you appraise? Gems?
Mainly metal ores.
Metal ores?
Yes.
Yeah.
How dangerous is it to go down into the pit?
I was about to ask the same thing.
Exceptionally. Depending on who you ask, if you're recruited to come here, it's a promise of fortune in a safe environment, but it's anything but that. It's awful in the pits.
Oh.
It's awful.
Oh.
You have mudslides, cave-ins, some creatures that live down there. You have the constantly cracked water table that's dumping ocean water into the holes, which then have to be, well, boiled out through large pipes that have been installed, because it's cheaper to boil it than to try to pump it or carry it out by hand, which means you might suddenly drown from a tidal pool filling. It's pretty awful, actually.
Nothing we haven't
Sounds
seen in the
like it.
last day.
Right,
I suppose. What kind of creatures are we talking about here?
Well, at first it was things that live in subterranean caves. There were a few stranded, half-aquatic, half-land creatures that were discovered in the first instance that had been using the sea caves to live in. They've mainly been driven away, but as things have gotten deeper, there's been some nastier rumors of larger creatures that skulk. But I don't go. I don't go near the pits.
is there a lot of money to be had down
An
there?
exceptional amount of money to be had.
Oh.
Do you know of anybody that's looking for somebody to go down for them?
Everyone and everywhere. Everyone in this town is going into the pits.
Is that why there's all those mercenary flags around?
Ah, yes, that's for the protection.
Protection?
Oh, right.
What's that?
So,
Sorry, we's asking you so many questions, but you're probably the smartest of us all. No offense, guys.
no one's running Restavan.
Oh.
No one's running it. It's
Organized government or?
that's a joke. No.
Yeah.
There's a few guilds that are here representing mining organizations, but anyone who's anyone with power is here trying to find the best claim.
Hey, Iwin, they got an opening. Nobody's running the town. You have politician experience.
Right. I'm not really interested right now.
You
Can I
could
take
become the head of this town.
Whoever has the most
For hire.
whoever has the most money
My
is currently
councilman.
running Restavan. So at this moment, it's, well, a few days ago, it was quite exciting. Emissaries from Jaff arrived. So the glittering banners of the Silver Myriad are now walking through the streets.
They all came up from the below.
Well, they didn't. They came over land, but yes, I'm sure.
Oh.
But there's a lot of mercenary companies who are jostling for control.
How much would one pay to go have someone like us go down there?
Well, the usual rate for someone who's going into the pits, I don't know, probably 5-10 gold a day. And then if you find something valuable, you of course get a percentage. Of course, you're also dealing with everyone down there who's trying to steal everything that you find, as well as creatures trying to kill you, as well as the other mercenary companies jostling for power, trying to kill you.
So it's not exactly a safe work environment, is it?
No, I had to... Well, I pay dues to Azure Company, and they provide security for my office.
I see.
But as it is, most of the places you walk past, you're going to see banners of the various competing mercenary companies that are currently, well, running the town.
Right.
Well, we're a group of mercenaries of 4 of us.
Oh.
We're very professional.
There's 5 of us. There's one underwater right
Yeah,
now.
there's 5 of us actually.
He's our manager.
He's our manager. Yeah, all business deals through him.
He's currently submerged.
Yes.
Yes.
He's trying to break a record for himself.
I don't
Actually,
really know what he's
Ashvin
doing.
goes down.
You can't see anything.
Oh, you can't see it. Ashvin starts feeling as swimming through.
You're just doggy paddling through the pool, trying wherever Rupert is. You're not finding purchase yet. I'm not hiring anyone, but there's a job posting board that's not too far from here in one of the, well, I think it originally was a town square, but now it's a mess. But if you head to there's a large bulletin board that you could possibly find someone looking for something.
Maybe that sounds good, and maybe it won't be the pits. Maybe it'll be something, in the town we could do that's safer. I don't know.
Good.
Well, these pits seem...
Thank you for all your information.
Yeah,
Very
thank you
helpful.
much.
Yeah, well, sorry, we didn't really want to, make your bath time more stressful, but thanks for the info. What was your name again? I'm sorry.
Akna.
Akna, cool, thanks.
You're welcome.
Still searching.
You feel a slight tuft of hair.
7 minutes.
How?
Very good.
7 minutes. I may have lost some count. I don't know. Hello.
As he turns to Akna, who's currently taken aback by his presence.
This is Rupert, our manager.
Pleasure to meet you.
As she waves and then lowers herself further into the water.
Rupert, would you want to come into the pits with us?
No.
What if there was a lot of money?
Oh, I don't care about money.
Wait, did you say you were out
Sure.
of money?
Yes.
But you told us to get some money.
You need money.
Oh.
I don't buy things.
Oh.
Do you steal them all?
Borrow or find.
Ah.
All right.
You are constantly an enigma to me, Rupert.
Do you need a pen?
A what?
As he begins doggy paddling over, because Rupert got in with his clothing. As he begins doggy paddling in shoes as well. As he's doggy paddling over, he pulls a small, nicely adorned fountain pen. It's black with a silver nib from his belt and hands it to you.
It's on the desk upstairs.
Let's go.
All right.
Holding it in your hand, the ink is just running everywhere. Just sort of beginning to form clouds in the water.
Ashvin holds a big...
On the side. Thanks, Rupert.
You're welcome.
I suggest we take a rest and then we go check out that board with jobs.
That sounds good.
Sounds like could be our big break.
Maybe
Yeah.
you could make a commission.
Yeah, Rupert.
A what?
A commission. You make money when we make money.
Oh.
A co-mission.
So you just give me money?
Well,
You find work for us.
yeah, you find us work, and then we
Right.
give you percentage.
Oh, I'm not really interested in that.
Okay. Take,
What, Rupert, what role do you think you play when it comes to all 5 of us here?
I don't know. We just keep going to the same places.
All right, well, you got us a job before. What we're hoping is that maybe, I'm just suggesting, that you run along while we rest, perhaps. You run along and you look at that board with all the jobs on it and see if there's anything that might fit us well.
Is there literally anything else I could do?
All right, you know what? I don't. Just go submerge yourself for longer.
Try for 8 minutes.
Well, it's He's delightful, but he's not really helpful.
I'm so confused.
Very, very often,
Yeah,
very.
he seems confused too.
He makes me question my sanity.
Don't worry, we're all in this with you.
How can anybody hold their breath for 7 minutes?
I don't know. Maybe he's got a spell going. Right? Hey, Akna,
Yes?
is there Wizzigans in town?
Yes.
Guys, I gotta go visit there.
It's near the board.
Oh, well, we're
Oh,
going to the
that's
same place.
what does that remind me?
Wizzigans, bank.
Oh,
Right, the banks.
yes.
All right.
Yeah, sometimes I can get money there. You know what I mean? Money.
Sometimes you can get money.
Yeah.
Sometimes, all right.
Yeah, from people watching me.
Are you trying to take money from the bank?
No, I got an account.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, I
I'm not
totally
like you,
misunderstood.
taking things from back alleys.
Ashvin tries to
What's
pull
that
focus
supposed to mean?
to the elf and just kind of does like one of those side strokes and then does the thing where they do like a little barrel roll in the water and just says, so.
She looks over. Yes?
Oh, nothing. Do you come here often?
Oh, yes. It's the best bathhouse in Restavan.
Oh,
Well, I should
yes.
hope so for the price.
It's very pricey. Have you tried the cold baths yet? They're nice.
No, not yet.
It smells like wintergreen.
Oh.
I like that.
His favorite thing is a cold morning.
How did you know that?
You said it in your dreams once when I heard you crying softly in the camp.
You heard
All
that?
right. I am so sorry that we're making things awkward for your bath time.
Didn't think anybody would hear that.
Yeah,
We
heck.
broke the GM.
I'm sorry, Hecate. You do talk in your sleep. And it's
Why didn't
and
anybody
it's very
tell me?
Because it's awkward to bring up, you're all over there whimpering in your sleep. It's not.
I'm sorry, I had
You
to
could have told me
It's
this.
something that we talked about behind your back. We never
Why
talked
would
to you
you
about.
talk about it behind my back and not tell me?
Because it's awkward. You're crying in your sleep. You're such like you in a fight. It's very strong and manly and strength. You're I look up to you. You're like somebody. I wish I had that strength and that confidence. But then in your sleep, oh boy, it's another story. In your sleep, you're like a brand new baby that doesn't know what it is.
I sleep through everything.
But you've heard him talk, right?
No, never.
Oh, so I guess it's just a...
I guess we've been talking to Ashvin about it, and you just don't know what we're talking about. But I'm telling you, he whimpers in his sleep, and it's really awkward. I mean, the first time you did it, we thought you were having a conversation with us.
Yes. We just want to hope you was okay. I'm sorry bringing up in this very embarrassing way.
No, it's alright.
But you said one time you were like, oh, I'm so sad and I
You
love
watch as
waking up in the
Akna
cold.
very discreetly gets out of the water.
Nice to meet you, Ogna.
Goodbye.
I'm just going to this one. She steps away to the other pool
Thank
and
you.
submerges herself.
We'll join you in there.
Please don't.
Listen, Hecate, listen. We just want you to know we're not going to talk behind your back no more.
Thanks.
And we just want you to have sweet dreams. I'm sorry for whatever's irking you in the brain.
It's appreciated. But, yeah, it's, sorry that, you have to deal with that.
It's not really dealing with it. It's not at all like a problem.
He said he looks up to you.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's been a long way coming here. From, Meadowlark to here, and you know where I'm from, right? Northern margin, right? The, way north of Ben-tir. But, me and my family, we traveled down to, the High March.
Oh yeah, you said you was there.
Yeah, we were there when the Civil War broke out. Had to leave. Spent some time there, going through Drame. Still not sure how it's pronounced, but
I've heard both ways.
I've also heard both, and well, still don't know which one to go with, so it doesn't matter. When we were traveling to the High March, started in the northern margin, then to Hugakur, then to Bleetherheim. Have you ever been to Bleetherheim, any of you?
I have in the past.
I heard it's a lot of dwarves are there.
Lots of dwarves.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
My knowledge served me, yeah.
then a time val.
Uh-huh.
And that's when I made my way to Dryam. And then along the Iwin road, then that entire time it was a war zone. It's hard to get by there, difficult to survive. Had my fair share of scraps and close calls. But I'm here in one piece, so yeah. It was tough making my way through there, but
You were alone the whole time?
for the most part, yeah.
What about was your family?
They're gone.
Oh.
Civil War.
Oh.
Sorry for your loss.
Me, I don't know. It's hard, but it's just gotta keep moving.
Are they missing? Maybe they're still
No.
out there?
No, they're dead.
Oh.
They're no longer with us. Sorry to put a damper on the mood here, but it's part of the story.
You're not putting a damper.
Thanks.
I'm so sorry, Hecate.
No, these things happen.
Yeah.
But that, well, it still doesn't make it any easier.
Ashvin has swum up and just put a big sloppy wet hand on your head, just like
Just the water just like dripped down.
Yeah.
yeah.
Thanks, Ashvin.
Well, you go to us now.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys know, so.
We have been through a lot, haven't we?
We have been a lot. If you want to talk ever you can, and maybe that'll stop you from crying in your sleep.
That's right.
But you're allowed to cry in your sleep, don't get me wrong.
I don't think I have a choice in the matter.
That's true.
There's a gentle whoosh as bubbles fill the pool once more as the heat's regenerated.
Was that Rupert?
Do you think he's tooting? What are you suggesting?
Yeah, I thought
I think that's just the water getting
Yeah, I think
replenished.
that's the cycle.
I don't think anybody's tooted since we've been in here.
Oh yeah, no one's tooting. No one.
So as you make your way out of the baths, the towels have this like lovely scent of lavender. They've been perfumed. As you wrap them around yourselves, drying yourself off as you make your way up into.
Ashvin stuffs a towel in their bag.
Okay, purloin one of these large towels, making your way upstairs into the vibrant eye, into the lobby, where there's once again the careworn doors and the desk where the elven individual with shortly trimmed hair and the silver chains dangling from both ears. As you step up, did you enjoy yourselves? As you make your way out along the backside, as a reminder, the building is circular shaped like a barrel, only on a massive scale. And the lobby is divided off by a roped section that you step into from the door that's caked in mud.
As we pass him, I go, is there any chance you have some ale in this bathhouse?
I'm sorry, we don't.
All right.
Where would the nearest tavern be?
Well, you could probably throw a stone and find one in Restavan. Is there any kind of particular ale you're looking for?
The kind that gets you drunk.
So cheap.
That's my
Yeah.
kind.
Not
That's my kind of
necessarily.
ale, Ashvin. That's exactly what I'm looking for.
Well, if you're looking for cheap, there's cod boilers. That's 2 blocks from here,
All right.
near the
What?
main square.
What's the least dirty place? Because we just got real clean for lots of money.
Well, the least dirty is going to be frankly fine wines and ales,
Frankly, fine wines and ales. Probably expensive.
but it's quite pricey.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Should we go to cod liver, whatever it's called?
Cod boilers.
Oh, sorry.
Sounds charming.
Let's take a lesson I want to go there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't want to immediately get dirty.
Heading up into the rooms, as you begin to make your way into your rooms, which are, you realize now there's no possibility of sharing them. They're single beds, and stepping into them, this is not a spacious or luxurious, but it's very clean. There's a small wash basin which has been filled with water that's been scented and perfumed, as well as the small single bed and a small reflective polished mirror. Each of the rooms is the same against one of the walls for you to groom yourselves, as well as there is a very small writing desk and a simple wooden chair with a few bare pieces of parchment and some pieces of pencil if you need to write anything down.
You say it's a small bed.
It is.
It'll just
barely.
Rolk sized?
It'll just barely fit you. It would really, to be honest, not comfortably fit an Asterian, but it will fit you.
That's good.
Iwin and
They
I
likely
can
have
share.
special accommodations
Should we
for
share and
Asterian.
save money?
I mean, Greta, there's a bed for all fellas.
If one bed can fit both of us, can we share and save 3 gold?
I mean, you want to go down and ask him? I'll share a bed with you.
It's okay. It's okay.
So you're conveniently in the first 4 of 8. There's 8 rooms in this.
Where's
4 on this landing and 4 on the next landing. He didn't come out of the pool with you. You realize you actually stepped out of the pool, leaving Rupert, who had been submerged in the water.
Let him soak for a little longer. He'll find us. He always does.
But retiring to your
Somehow.
rooms as you take a long rest, the first since you left the island, sleeping through the night as you now awaken the next morning, there is the incessant tolling of a bell at dawn. It is a huge cavernous tone that rings out over the city itself. Looking through the windows, you can see it as this deep boom, boom, from this bell, which sounds a lot less musical and a lot more like a giant hammer hitting a stone. Hangs aloft of the tallest building in the center of town. Looking at it from where you are, barely making it through the squalid squatter houses that are all stacked upon one another, of buildings built upon roofs of buildings built upon roofs of buildings, of these catwalked entrances that lead down to innumerable steps and ladders, as everyone has fought to build on anything solid in this town next to a sinkhole.
Oh.
You can see in the very center of town is this monstrous 15, 20-story tall building, which looks like it's collapsed in various states of its construction, and they've just kept building. As poles and girders are used to hold it aloft of this very crooked tower, upon which at the very top is this enormous bell, which is now pinging out, warning the workers that it's now time to rise to descend into the darkness of the pits.
And what time is it?
It's dawn.
Oh.
Dawn. Oh boy.
As you awaken to this jarring sound which feels like it shakes your bones. It's the next morning.
Good.
During the night, or probably perhaps before he goes to sleep, Hecate will he'll be up for a little bit before finally going to sleep. Mostly kind of going over his, as he's got this like tapestry laid out and kind of like arranging his cards, kind of touching up the fine details with a pen, maybe the new pen that Rupert got him, prestidigitated to kind of clean up the ink
It's
and
a nice
stuff.
pen.
Yeah, it's a nice pen. Thank you, Rupert. He will kind of be doing that at the desk, and after he does that, but before going to sleep, he kind of. Is the mirror next to the desk, or?
If you walk into the room, the window is straight ahead. There's a bed on the right. There's a wash basin and mirror, and then there's a desk.
Is there like a place to put trash or something?
No, actually.
No? Okay.
There's no trash receptacles.
Then he will lay out like a tarp or something, or like some cloth, and kind of cut his hair off, kind of trim
Fully-
it back down.
Like fully shaving back?
Yeah, fully
Okay.
shaving his hair.
So as the razor runs across and you feel the grain popping as you're
Yeah.
cutting through your hair.
Kind of just like staring in the mirror and doing that, and kind of. Right. And then heads to sleep.
All right.
When Ashvin wakes up, they kind of drag themselves out of bed, and they find Iwin's room, and they knock on the door.
You hear this boom.
Yes, Ashvin.
I just passed out last night. We said we were going to go to the tavern, and I didn't even... I'm sorry. Did you go?
No, I passed out too.
Breakfast?
With Elle?
Yes.
Let's do it.
This is the two of you are now congregating in the hallway, still the morning sleep.
Breakfast ale.
It's 6 a.m. As you're preparing to drink for the day. As the four of you make your way downstairs, running into each other in the hallways. In the hallway, as you make your way downstairs, the same clerk is at the desk.
Oh,
looking
this guy.
He similarly just awoke. And you can see him rifling under his papers at the moment, under the large logbook used to check you in. As you step down, oh, hello.
Hi, complimentary breakfast for us?
No.
Oh,
Right.
Is there a place nearby where we can get a bite for breakfast with some ale?
Cod boilers.
Oh, same place.
place.
All right.
yeah.
Well, all signs point to cod boilers.
You said it's about 2 blocks away.
Hope you like
Alright.
cod.
That's all they got?
They just have.
It's quite literal there with the food.
Hey, what do
We
you...
love cod.
Good. Then you'll love it there. Has anyone seen a pen? As you can see him lifting up various papers, looking underneath. Now he's opening a drawer in the... Maybe I just can't find it.
Why would we have a pen? We are mercenaries. We fight.
I really don't care. Can you...
How much would you pay for us to find that pen?
How much I'm going to pay you to find my pen?
Yes,
what we
you're in
found-
search
Are
for
you
the pen.
ransoming my pen?
I don't have your pen. I'm just asking.
I'm not going to pay you to find a pen. If you just happen to see a pen, out of the kindness of your hearts, if you could point it out.
All right. It's just the kindness of our hearts gets illuminated with a little bit of pay.
I'm sure it does. As he continues rifling through a drawer.
Right.
Hecate walks over to the desk.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Was it in the dirt? As he leaning over the counter.
Yeah, it
staring
fell
down.
off the table.
It's constantly filthy in here. Constantly. No matter how many times. This was mopped last night. And looking down, there's a layer of dirt now just tracked everywhere.
Have people take the shoes off on the door.
Yeah.
They don't want to do that. Because then the shoes get stolen.
Oh, just like a pen.
Ashvin leans on the counter
Nobody
and puts
stole
their
the pen.
puts their hand by the pen and looks at Hecate and says, "Thank you, Hecate. That was so kind of you to find that pen."
And then Iwin pops himself
trying to intimidate.
over the edge of the counter and looks at him. He's like, seems like it deserves a reward.
Does it? Have a good day. And he will just like
Greta's already on the street.
There's a look of jaded. There's a hollow look in his eyes as he looks at you as you're leaning on the counter. You see him look down at his papers, look at your arm, look back up at you. Will you be checking in for another night?
We'll see.
Hope to see you this evening.
Oh, I do too. Walks away.
So the four of you rejoin. There's now a massive throng of individuals, miners, all in heavy boots, carrying excavation gear as they're jostling about, making their ways toward the large smokestacks. Which now, as you're adapting sort of to the city, you can see towards the shoreline, where normally it would be the Amber Sea. It's dominated by the putrid belching of enormous pipes that are currently sticking out of the ground. There's this black smoke which is billowing out of them, mixed in with this white vapor that creates this checkerboard pattern across the horizon, such that you really can't see over the sky towards where the ocean would be, as it's dominated by this view of hundreds and hundreds of feet of these pipes extending out of the earth. There's also this light ocean breeze that keeps kicking over, dancing against the smoke as it's coming through. And as it does, this dust settles over your shoes, over your gloves, and over your coats as this disgusting smell of acrid, rotting seafloor fills your senses to the point where you're assaulted by simply standing outside of the Vibrant Eye. There's likely several thousand people on the roads, all heading in the same direction, all in various states of cleanliness, dress, looking like they've either just woken up from a stupor and a lack of sobriety. Several of them spotting are wounds and injuries, black eyes, missing teeth, large bandages wrapped over hands, a few on crutches, still making their way towards the pits themselves. Very few making their way towards the center that was indicated by the proprietor of the Vibrant Eye, the central road, as well as towards the large bell tower building, the notice boards, and the cod boiler.
Yeah, we need to get toward the notice boards, and I gotta pop into Wizzigans. I just can't believe that we paid so much to get clean, and then we step outside, boom, you're dirty.
Listen, I think it was worth it. This place is rough. It's better in there.
Yeah.
Did we leave Rupert back there?
I don't know.
You are to leave Rupert. He just kind of comes and goes like how he pleases.
He has a
guess
way of
so.
finding us, so I have
Hold
faith.
on. I'm gonna pop back in to the front desk.
Can you leave a message for our traveling partner?
Yes.
He's a goblin. His name's Rupert Sumo. You know, he has those ears.
As
He's very
picks up a book and ledger, points at the name. Yes.
He's very shrill.
I'm familiar.
He has shoes. These
Right.
big shoes.
Right.
Okay, so he's got a little red sock. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No. Could you please explain further?
Yeah, his eyes are big. He smells like vinegar.
Right.
He has this strange grovel in his throat.
Are you going to be checking in this evening?
I don't know.
Oh, then I don't care. What do you want me to write down?
Oh my goodness, Foop, listen you.
Language.
I want the note to say, Rupert, your buddies have gone out and will be back soon.
Should I include the tears in this missive?
Goodbye.
I'll make sure he gets it.
Thanks.
You slam the door behind you.
Let it go.
I don't like that dude.
I love that dude.
Good, left a message for him. That man
good.
rubs me the wrong way.
As you step off the staircase of the Vibrant Eye onto the street, you immediately sink 6 inches into mud.
So half my body.
So all the way
Happened to
So-
me too.
as the two of you coming up well above calves are now squelching through mud, as your shoes, boots are now covered in what is,
Oh, I should have gotten on Ashvin's back.
by aroma, unmistakably the mix of mud, seabed, and animal dung. As you're now
But
making your
not
way through.
humanoid dung.
We don't have to get into that. Making your way forward
I have good
for
food
2
memory.
blocks, jostling through a lot of individuals who are brusquely pushing past you on their ways to the pits, all in various conversations about claims and experiences from the night before, or hauls they had found or not found. You find yourself finally standing in the middle of, at one point, what would have been, theoretically, a lovely little town. This looks to be the original section of Restovar. You can see the town hall directly in front of you, which is down a little alley. You can make out the outline of where other buildings have been built in what would have been a garden or public space, choking out any possible thick foundation that you could lay into this area in order to actually build and live. You can see that there is the Wizzigans. There's as well as a place called Cod Boilers, which has a picture of a happy fish dancing out of a pan hanging over the door, which is circular in shape, the door. You can also see that there appears to be several pop-up stores that are built in a tiered structures that, by the look of the unfinished wood that's been untreated, were hastily erected. And it gives you a feeling that at any moment this entire town could collapse, both economically and literally, from the shoddy construction that everything is constructed from. In fact, it's so new, some of the construction, that there are easily visible piles of sawdust, either from its original state of building or repair from a past collapse. But dominating the interior of it is a large bulletin board, which shows all manner of recruiting, mainly missives to work as haulers pulling out of the pits, those working to mine, those working to run the pumps. Those are mainly formal notifications indicated by Wizzigans, which, by a quick surmisal of these brightly purple posters, which are dotted around the outside of the board, all pump-related jobs, steam pipe-related jobs, are Wizzigans. It appears that they are the ones who are running the infrastructure for that.
Are they written in cursive?
No. Block letters, very clear, very plain.
I
And
can interpret cursive for you.
as well as you can see, there are larger painted wooden signs of a higher construction value that advertise different mercenary companies, which appear to be not recruiting members, but instead are offering services of security. Many of them offering promises of safe haul-outs of ore or even protection in the pits themselves.
Does any of this look familiar to me with my background?
You're aware of certain companies. One of them is a bright blue sign that indicates Azure Company, which all of you would be familiar with as it's the most famous mercenary company in Ben-tir. They're a professional organization operated out of the city of Niles. They are, for all intents and purposes, a private army.
I definitely know them, Niles.
Correct.
Yeah.
They act as the supportive security infrastructure of Niles. They're not the main guard, but they are a paid paramilitary force. They usually operate mainly in armed conflicts, so they are brought on by the rulers of different realms in order to protect the vanguards and high-value individuals who would need to ride back and forth. Since there are exceptional individuals, such as yourselves, that can be hired by armies that are punching it at a higher level than your usual bread and butter armed force, they're acting as a stopgap against that.
And they respond to money. They don't have any politics.
Correct.
Okay.
In fact, sometimes they fight against each other on the field, at which point it becomes an awkward conversation, which none of you are quite sure how that's worked out, but you are aware that it historically has happened that they have represented opposing factions in a conflict.
Interesting.
You also have several signs that are unemblazoned with the braided steel loop held by two gauntleted hands, which would indicate the Grim Nigh.
What are those? They're postings of that?
It's simply a sign nailed to the board, likely as some intimidation tactic that would speak higher of the symbol than it would for them looking for work. Mainly as we're watching necessarily is the kind of vibe you get from it. You can also see there is a freshly painted notice that looks like it's still wet, possibly from the night before, and looking at the chipped and sawdust that's piled up at the bottom would give you the indication that it's probable that it was torn down and reinstalled, which is a notice recruiting local businesses to the Merchants Council of Niles. The city itself of Niles is a little bit of just quick overview. The way that the government works there is that only paid businesses are running the city. So it's a pure capitalism government.
My parents' business was.
Correct.
Yeah.
The only ones who are allowed to voice in the city are those who run a business and own it.
Is Niles close to Restavar?
It is
No.
not.
Okay.
It is quite a distance. Where you are right now, and this can be, I just summarized for Greta. Where you are right now, you're in a fishing village that's a little bit hidden away on the Amber Sea.
Yeah.
There is a road from Dalathan that leads there,
That's where I'm.
Okay.
but it is so dangerous
It's the
that
same coast.
no
Okay.
one takes it, and it's called the Hollow Path. And it's called that because of the state of individuals when they arrive starving or found upon the road if rescuers are sent. And it stretches through, Dalathan is surrounded by a desert called the Somesh.
So, but Dalathan is much. It's not where Niles is.
Okay.
So yeah, I have different areas I'm from.
Yeah, you're currently on the coast of the Amber Sea,
Yeah.
and you're surrounded by mountainous desert. But the only way in, as far as you can tell, is the ocean.
Okay.
You can also see that there's a similar symbol of a cracked skull with golden teeth, and a notice that reads, "Grin and bear it, will protect it," as well as a location for where to find their field office. And you can also see a red flag with laurels wrapped in thorns, which is hanging from a post which has been freshly nailed to this board so that it's standing out. And it just says Song Dinal for all. But otherwise, I need everyone to make investigation checks as you're looking around this notice board.
Should we put up our own notice to say we're for hire? The problem is we don't got a name. Our company doesn't have a name.
Maybe we can think of one.
Yeah, 15.
15 as well.
23.
Nice.
12.
Between the group of you spend 20 minutes going over this board. There's a couple hundred notices. A lot of them are very unattractive positions. Muck hauler seems to be the most common, but also the lowest paid. And given the aroma of what is around you and heaps that have been piled up in various places in this town square, you start to get an idea of what a muck hauler does. You also find that there are very high paid positions for miners to excavate and head down. There is a positions for rope team. All of these positions appear to be with larger mining organizations or guilds, which are currently operating. One of the largest you can see is that Merchants Council of Niles is operating quite a few of these positions and paying for them. You can also see that there's one called the Solar Mining Corporation, which has a bright yellow sun surrounded by an orange band, which also tends to dominate a bit of these notices. However, yours was a 22? 23. There's a single piece of paper on the board which is clean, which immediately catches your attention just because the pristine state it's in. However, looking at it, the only portion that's left from a heavy nail that's been driven into it is a very short phrase that just says, "Need strong character, integrous individuals," and the rest of it's torn.
I'll kind of take a look at it. Someone needs strong characters.
Who?
Integrous individuals.
Integrity.
Looking down at your feet, you can see that there's a crumpled bit of parchment which is now half submerged underfoot in the muck. Flicking it over and brushing off the liquid that's running off of it, soaking in, is that your feet are beginning to get cold from just standing around in this gross texture. You can see what takes a bit to decipher as it's blending with the ink. Shield and spear or what have you for pay, good pay. Middle hall, and then the initials KG.
H-A-L-L?
H-A-L-L, middle hall, and then the initials KG.
Well,
What's that?
that'd be interesting. Looks like some work.
Hey, is
Some
Mill
interesting
Hall
work.
a place? Maybe we go into Cod Boiler Liver and get some food and ask where Middle Hall is.
We can ask around. Might be a good idea.
Are you making your way to Cod Boilers?
Yeah.
Stepping into the door, there is already a very lively crew in there, as what looks to be entire mining teams are on two long benches that are stretching across the middle of this space. It's a long... You get the idea that possibly this was a boat building house originally that's been converted into an eating establishment, just because the room is shaped in such a way that's illogical. It's very long and the benches run the length of it, but you can see these curved galleys that would indicate it was originally where smaller skiffs were constructed within this boat yard of sorts. Stepping in, you can see that there's a very busy wait staff who are their hands covered in a grease as they're doling out thick cast iron bowls full of what looks like a boiled fish mixed with spice, as many of the miners are both eating as the din rises up to your ears, both eating and then spitting out bones on the floor, which are crunching underfoot. But there's ale being poured from an enormous keg, which is dominating the middle of the bar, which is in the center of the room, as well as these tables which then lead backwards sort of alongside of this, as several cooks are prepping several large fires and huge cauldrons of boiled fish as you step in. Very literally, cod boilers. But as you make your way in, there's not a host.
Well, what you see is what you get.
Is there a
That makes
table?
sense.
There's space along one of the tables, so as you make your way to the right, stepping across several individuals who've left their mining gear strewn about the floor as they're wolfing down large bowls. Their beards or cheeks or chins covered in this greasy slop as it's passing down into their clothing as they're slurping on these larger cauldrons. As this massive eruption of conversations occurring about their plans for the day, you sidle into a space, pushing several of them out of the way, who just grunt slightly as they go back to their meals. All of them looking to be in a huge hurry as you seat yourselves.
Whoa, that hits the nose, doesn't it?
You're very familiar with an environment of this, as this takes you back to some of your experiences in Charles.
Right.
There's very much that sense of the communal spirit of being on a tough place by the water and getting a easy cooked meal that fills your stomach, such that there's this aroma of familiarity that fills your senses as you sit down and are just looking at the environment.
Takes me back to Charles in here.
Really?
Really?
This is the kind of place I used to eat at a lot up in Charles when I was a fisherman.
Did it
makes
smell
sense.
smell better though?
A little better, yeah. Not as filthy up here as here.
Is it cold up there?
Very cold.
Sounds nice.
You right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd love it. Every morning it's cold in Charles.
Ooh, I do like that.
A few moments pass before a very weary looking dwarven individual who has a scraggly beard, a little thinner on the side than a usual dwarf, comes over with a tray and platter. Do you want anything?
Yeah.
Ale,
Ale?
cod.
Cod?
I'd like the same thing.
Cod, bread.
No.
What else you got?
Ale and cod.
That's it.
That's it?
Water?
We've got water here.
Okay, one of each. Cod, ale, water.
Right?
Thanks.
Me too.
Cod, ale, water?
Yeah.
I'll have 2 ales, please, and
Two
a
ales?
cod.
2 for me as well.
Right, so 2 ales, 1 ale, 1 water, 1 ale, 1 water, cod.
You go there.
No bread?
I don't care. As he makes his way back over to the central area, seconds pass before he arrives back with large boots of ale, slamming them down on the table. Far more than would be normal for a serving. And with the two of you, 2 boots. As they're boom, set on the table.
Right.
What's the damage?
We'll get to that after the cod. As he makes his way back over to the cauldrons.
Okay. You know what's interesting?
Guzzle it.
He's being guzzling it. It's fresh and crisp.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
good.
That's a good ale.
It is.
That's very nice.
It's
Surprisingly
cold.
good.
It's cold.
Great way to start the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it, 7 in the morning?
6:30.
Jeez. Oh my God.
This is problematic, but if this is wrong, I don't want to be right.
A few moments pass before enormous cast iron bowls are boom, slammed on the table in front of you. That'll be 2 gold each.
Oh
Right.
my God, this
And for you,
price is-
2 an extra half gold.
All right, here you go.
Flick.
All right. So as you make paying out a healthy wage for.
Yeah, that is so much money.
But as you
do a half. What's a half?
5 silver.
Sorry,
Yeah.
silver, thank you.
As you make your way into the bowl of cod, it's good. It's very spicy, which is, it was on the nose, so you were expecting it, but it's hot in the mouth. Not in the sense where it burns, but there's a muskiness to it, which mixes well with the fish, which appears to be carefully seasoned. It's not a bad meal. It's just an unpleasant delivery method.
Okay.
It's stew-like, mixing with the cod, with a fattiness to it, which you find is impossible to keep off of yourself as the grease begins to coat your hands. But it's good. You should tuck yourselves
I
in.
like this place. I like this place a lot.
Not as bad as I thought.
Oh,
no,
this
no.
is great.
You know what's interesting? I was thinking about how you's from Charles. You's from so far up north.
That's right.
I lived in Niles, the very, very tip bottom. And we met in the middle. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Now listen, I mean, I know you make fun of me sometimes, but it doesn't get to me. I got a good gratitude.
I'm glad you have a good gratitude.
Yeah.
At that moment, Ashvin has finished both ales and the cod, and okay, I'm listening now.
Whoa,
That's
you
right.
ate those
Are you
drinks.
sure that's healthy to have
We
that
didn't
also?
eat anything last night.
That's right.
What do you
All we had was fruit.
That's true. Oh, we did have fruit.
Quick as a flash, the waiter is once more by you. You want one more?
I'm fine for now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let me know.
I will.
He makes his way back over to the
Real
other,
good, thanks.
other diners.
Hey,
Gives you a wave.
now that we're in this town, all these places, all these groups got names. We gotta look official.
Oh, we gotta come up with a
We
name.
need some sort
names.
of, crest or name or something to signify who we is. And it shouldn't have to deal with Rupert. It should just be about us. So
Yeah.
gotta think about it.
You're not going to be able to physically consume the whole boot.
I'm not finished.
It's literally too much liquid, but you do tuck into it.
I finish my first boot and make my way to the god.
It's
As I-
deeply uncomfortable, the amount of fluid you just consumed.
Oh. Do you have any suggestions, Greta?
None.
So you suggest we come up with something?
Hey, but you don't have anything ready to offer up?
Nope.
All right.
I'll start thinking
I
about
was
it.
just saying we gotta brainstorm together.
Sure.
There's a sudden pealing as the bell once more boom, boom, rings out only twice. Before there's this collective sigh as all the workers now getting up from the tables in unison begin pushing their bowls and glasses away and making their way out the door, rejoining the streets.
Have a great day, everyone.
One of them turns around and gives you a rude gesture before stepping into the middle of the square.
Well,
That was.
You find yourselves alone in Codboilers.
I thought you was really nice.
Wait, I'm
thought
onto
so.
something. The something toll. That bell got me thinking.
Oh. Well, what about the nice guys? 'Cause we're so nice.
I don't know if I like
Ashvin
that.
was so nice.
I think we have a little bit of time.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm
Yeah,
nice.
we're not
I like your
exactly on
spirit, though,
deadline.
Greta, of pitching in names and stuff.
Yeah. Always got the cogs turning up here.
Yes, you do.
What about the mortars and the pestles?
Yes.
Oh.
There's a saying where I'm from, and we say we'll put a seed in that.
Oh.
We'll keep thinking about it. Is what I'm
Let
saying.
it
Write
grow.
that down. Put a seed.
At the moment you have finished your meals, there's no way you're going to drink that second boot. Iwin,
Come
just so
on.
you know. It's just you're
A little bit.
I mean, you can. Do you have a container that you can transfer it to? Carry it with you?
You gotta.
Oh yeah, do you have a flask?
Yeah, I put it into my.
Your water skin?
Yeah, I put it in my water skin.
You just submerge it in submerge your water skin in the glass to fill it up with ale. There's about half the boot left. As it's just no, it physically will not fit.
Orphan.
Yes.
You want to finish that for me?
Down. Slight. The day seems brighter already. The rude gesture slipping from your mind. What would you like to do?
I gotta stop by the
Let's
main.
get the little paper. Find out who this is.
Yeah, we should find out who this is.
All right.
Waiter.
You see, he comes over. You lot not working in the pits?
We're
Well,
new
we're-
here.
Looking for work. He kind of pushes over the paper towards it. Do you know who this might be?
Middle hall. That's town hall.
Town hall.
KG. Oh, it's probably Kubris. He used to be the mayor. Still thinks he's the mayor. He's not the mayor.
Right.
Who's the mayor now?
There is no mayor.
What is KG? What's G?
Galaton.
Peloton.
Mayor Galaton.
Alright.
Kubris. What's this person like? Tall, short, intimidating, nice, mean.
Incompetent. A drunk.
Sure.
Comes from an old family that used to own a lot of the farmland behind town. Galaton. Restavan. Anyway, used to be the mayor until the pit opened up. Still thinks he's the mayor because no one's going to have an election. But if he's looking for work, it's easy money.
Well, we got a councilman right here. So
I want
he's
swats. I'm not anybody.
of Charlotte. All of Charlotte. Big area.
I'm sure we were all councilmen once, right?
That's
I wasn't a
very.
councilman.
That's very. I get what he's saying. All right, thank you for your help.
He begins
Let's
clearing
get
the
out of here
plates.
now.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
We'll be back.
You're
I
welcome.
feel underappreciated here. Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Begins washing up.
Great
Ball.
card. Did I do good? Yeah.
Yeah, you did great.
Rejoining the streets now.
Stop telling people I was once a councillor.
Yeah, but it's your famous.
I'm not famous.
Okay, so you don't want people to know?
Just like you don't want people to know about your secrets.
Oh, it's a secret? You was
It's not really a secret. It's just something I don't have to keep getting brought up as all.
Oh, okay.
As the two of you as the four of you push onto the streets now, they're fairly deserted. Looking ahead, you can see directly in front of you the building that would be Middle Hall. What would you like to do?
Yeah, maybe we should go to Middle Hall first.
Okay.
All right.
And then whiz against the bank.
All right.
Stepping through the putrid mud of the town square, which looking at it now there's a squelch as your feet step through what is like wedged clay. Moving around piles of detritus and refuse, as you turn a corner, you step into a very narrow alley where this would lead to what is the town hall. And looking up, this is the base of the building that is stacked upon with a bell at the very top. You can see that the constructions that are built upon the roof of this large stone building in front of you with multiple columns across the front are all wooden, using this town hall almost like a stepping stone to then build additional constructions. You can see laundry hanging out of windows of these tenant buildings, which give indication that they're mainly residential, and they've been roughly supported such that there's a zigzag to them now that you're underneath. You swear it's moving in the wind. But
This is unsettling.
most noticeably, across from the very entrance of what looks to be a very non-trodden street, are two burlier individuals, both Ikratos, large great swords they're currently leaning on, half submerged into the mud. Their unblinking black glassy eyes. I've seen the four of you as you step into this bend towards the middle hall, not looking at one another, are observing you. They're both in a tatty mail, in plain and dirty clothing, but even from here, from the position they're standing, from their, like with their sort of slick, almost sandpaper-like gray skin, as well as the gnarled teeth of the Ikratos, their jaws never really closing quite closely. You can see that it appears that below the waist, you can see heavier armor that appears to be plate armor that is now clearly visible underneath the torn pants they're wearing as they're standing right by the entrance to Middle Hall.
So it looks as if they're wearing clothes on top of armor to disguise the armor.
The tatty mail does not match the condition of the visible plate armor underneath their pants. It's well made.
Okay.
They're in front of Middle Hall, right?
They are. They're standing by the door. At this moment, you're 60 feet away, and they're just staring at
Okay,
you.
I'm behind Hecate.
Yeah, Hecate will approach with the paper. Found this on the board.
Just looks down at the paper. Looking up, there's this rotten smell coming from the breath of the closest one to you. Because the Kratos are tall. He's taller. This individual is taller than you.
Oh boy.
Standing about 6'5", looming down. As he snatches the paper out of your hand.
What's the deal?
Middle Hall's closed.
We're looking for KG.
I don't care. You can leave the same way. The other one shifts, waits slightly on the greatsword.
What are you doing here?
Just milling about.
The plate armor? Just milling about?
Everybody's got to wear something, right?
Does it look like they are trying to cover something up, like that's going on behind the scenes?
You can see the two doors. There's
Yeah.
there's an awning that covers the front of the entrance, and you can clearly see a wooden door. It's slightly open behind them, But as it is, there's nothing that they're covering, but they are very much blocking passage into Middle Hall. So how about you lot just head off?
Well, we wanted to see if we could get some water.
Hey,
from
as you're at
KG.
eye level with these two, their breath makes your eyes water. It's foul.
Oh, Hecate. Ask them, then why was it on the board?
Well, then, what's that paper doing on the board then?
What paper?
Did he take the paper?
Yeah.
He did. He snatched it.
I showed it to him and he took it.
Both pieces?
There, he took the main one, like the one that you had held up that had KG
Oh, but he
on
still
it.
has a little bit of it. This part.
Just stares at you.
Is there
Their eyes are unblinking. It's always
are there
disconcerting.
any cracks for me to subtly slip past them? Being
You can
so
certainly try.
short? That I can see though. Like, would it be viable from what I can see for me to just kind of? No. Okay.
No. The it's just a very narrow alley, but it's a very clear entrance and exit.
Okay.
So how about we all leave then? Is one of the other Akratos.
Well, how about we take our business that we have elsewhere, and maybe we'll be back. And she
No.
walks away.
As you're walking away, the other one calls out, "The best squick is a roast squick. But you gotta get the temperature just right."
Somebody hold me back now!
Somebody better. Are you
I-
anyone gonna hold me back?
Ewan was. Oh, you're gonna grab her.
So just
No, what's even new?
Ewan's gonna grab her.
Okay, because I'm ready. I like
boys!
ready.
Can't keep a good squick down.
Don't do anything foolish now.
Why don't we run our other errand, and we'll maybe ask around there.
Yeah, you better be holding me real tight or else I was gonna be up on
Alright.
them.
Are
Invisible.
there any from where I can see? Are there any in all the scaffoldings and things? Are there any places where I might be able to scurry up to get higher than them to like look at them?
There's places that you could crawl up because the buildings in this area are at least 3 stories as they're stacked on top of each other. You're not
like
aware
crawl
if
up to get a
there's
bird's eye view.
you're not aware if there's a secondary entrance to Middle Hall, but a bird's eye view for sure. There doesn't appear to be any connecting structures to the stone building. They're built next to it, but there's no adjoining buildings that would be another method of ingress for Middle Hall. The buildings were built right next to it, but they're mainly made out of wood, whereas Middle Hall is very clearly a stone and brick building.
Okay, are we out of eyesight from them?
Yeah, I assume.
Can we be?
Yeah, the sounds of their laughter as you step back.
Okay.
Oh, they think just that little comment can bring me down. They can't. Shaking it off. Shaking
Ashvin
it off.
puts their hand on top of, in between the ears, and just massages a little.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
They don't know what I got in me. Just
They
something fishy. Ha ha. Joke about the Akratos.
Need everybody to make a perception check.
Oh, wait, no.
30.
9!
I rolled a 30.
We have to fix that. I know. We have to fix it. I think I did. Yeah. But okay. But it's enough.
I was happy about my 23, but
What were you?
23. I literally just brain farted.
23.
As you asked. That's
23, 23, and 30.
Yeah.
wow.
And 9.
So we'll go off Hecate's. No. You can hear collectively from your position the sound of someone yelling.
Oh.
This "Ah!" And looking behind you, you can see 4 stories up on this building, not in the Middle Hall itself, but one of the structures above it, hanging off of a balcony, appears to be an individual being held over a railing. Is there currently sort of arms akimbo held back over the edge?
Can we like run up to that level?
Ashvin runs over to underneath them.
It is underneath them is underneath the Akratos.
Underneath the Akratos? Mm-hmm. That's fine.
Well, I'll go over with Ashvin.
Ashvin's already bolted off.
All right, so as you're bolting forward,
Yeah.
now coming down this alleyway, you can see both of the Akratos lifting their great swords out of the mud as they're currently going into a fixed position. Now, none of your business. As you're currently still running forward.
Yeah.
All right. Are the rest of you going too?
I
Get 2 points up.
Is there a place? Is there like a landing nearby I can get to?
It'll take you
Take me
so
too
much
long.
time that
Okay.
you'll be
Never mind.
totally out of the combat initiative.
Ashvin casts Long Strider
Okay.
and starts to climb.
So as you go to the side and begin to climb, I need you to roll initiative. I need
Yeah.
everyone to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
We're gonna go to a break real quick, and we'll be right back. So as we return from the break, we're now going to go to the table.
Oh boy.
Ooh, here we go.
Nice.
Wow.
That's really cool.
It could look worse than what we've been described.
Yeah, it's actually like cute.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So we have the two Akratos individuals
You
here.
see the mud though.
I'm gonna move these buildings because not everyone can see. So now that you've got a look at this, I'm just gonna.
Oh.
Yes.
I will be close to where Ashvin was climbing from.
Okay, so this would have been. Oh, you're basically in melee combat. Then.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Ewan,
Yes.
This is where I belong.
I mean, I'm like,
you're both here.
great.
And Ashvin, since you cast Long Strider, as you begin instantly just pulling yourself, bouldering up, dynamoing up this building, as you find yourself on the roof line here,
Wow.
over top. So, for perspective and scale,
That's so cool.
this building here is the fourth floor would be here,
Okay.
right? These buildings go up higher.
And that's where they're dangling from.
That's where this individual's dangling from. You can only see the individual dangling. Just for the sake of clarity of eye line, I'm then going to move these buildings. Ashvin, as you're up here.
Oh, they're at the top.
One of them immediately takes a swing at you with the greatsword.
Okay.
That is a 15 to hit,
No, that does not hit.
not hit, and as well as one of them pushes past to take a swing at Greta,
Oh, no.
and that is that's only a 12 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
As both of them swing once, they both come back for a second swing. Another one against you, other one against Greta. The second attack against you is a natural 20.
Oh, yeah.
And the one against you, Greta, is a 15.
Doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit. Okay.
It's gonna be rough.
That's 10 points of slashing damage.
Oh.
As the blade just buffets you. As it does, you feel the vibration of the blade as it connects with your
Oy.
what little armor you have, padding and bone. It just strikes you in the chest. With that, it comes to Greta.
Kind of like attempting to distract them, be like, "You have stanky breath," and then I want to cast catapult. So essentially taking like a clump of mud near me, raising it up high, and then dropping it down at the one who was trying to slash at me, like right on its head.
So the one that took a swing at you rolled a natural 20 on the save.
Okay.
Yay.
As the clump of mud flies in the air and splats on the ground as the Akratos stepping aside, just, I'm gonna eat you.
And for my bonus action, oh, I believe him. So I'm scared.
I actually really that freaked me out.
So as you disengage, how far back are you moving?
30 feet, the full movement.
25 for you.
Oh
Wait.
shoot, you're right. I'm 25 feet.
So as you move back to here, back along the lane, that brings us
Oh,
now.
and I say, come and get me.
All right. And with that, we go to Iwin.
I want to cast Ray of Enfeeblement
Okay.
at the one that yelled at
Greta.
Greta.
Just so we all know, I'm going for a fatal blow on him. Just so we all know.
That is a 10. So it fails.
Ugh.
half damage.
Nope,
with
it
strength.
failed.
It
So
failed.
you succeed.
Oh, I succeeded. Great.
Yeah. So
Great.
so as this beam of dark sable black energy strikes out from your hand, encompassing the creature, you watch as its movements become a little sluggish and confused. What's that? Is it's now trying to step around you to go after Greta, but that brings us now. Do you have anything else you want to do? Bonus action.
Better get your blood on.
Hecate.
Oh. Yeah. He takes a couple steps back. How about worse? And we'll spirit dance.
Okay.
So he kind of starts to move around. The mist kind of comes out.
Cloud surrounds Hecate as he begins dancing.
Whoa.
And he will pull out his sword, but he's not going to use it, and instead will cast Blade Ward.
Okay.
And will try and interpose himself between Greta and them.
All right. I'm going to put this on you. This will signify the warding. Cool. All right. That brings us to Ashvin.
Ashvin is going to use the action to keep going.
Keep climbing. All right.
Yeah. And I have 40 feet of movement.
Yeah. And plus you can dash.
Yeah, so I have
So
80 feet of movement.
Yeah, that's enough. As you pulling hand over hand, digging into the sides of these rough timber frame buildings, pulling yourself up quick as a bolt. You find that as you arrive now at the edge of the landing where this individual is hanging over, it's enough for you to actually grab them to shove them back. And as you do, you can see as you're pushing back, there is a human individual, female, currently standing in nicely maintained plate armor. That's a nicer armor they're wearing, with this really jagged scar that's running as an X across their face from both sides, with a snarl and a look of surprise. Who are you? Now she's pushing back from the window as you're hauling an individual over. You find yourself standing in what looks to be a hallway between several of these buildings with this now collapsed heap of a human male in late 60s who is panting and possibly crying now at your feet as you're currently occupying the big frame of the space. We'll get creative. We'll use this.
Sure,
This
that's
will be
great.
the hallway. So you're currently here. There's an individual in front of you, right here, as well as behind you and at your feet is this individual who is hanging over the edge. It was your whole action.
Yeah. And Ashvin ignores what they say and looks down and says, "Oh, you're all right."
No, but thank you. They replied from the ground.
Okay. And are they armed? The person standing.
Heavily armed. Swords
Okay.
not drawn, but you can see there's a wicked-looking scimitar at their waist.
All right. Ashvin goes into a rage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you roll a d8 for me?
Yes, I rolled and it's a 5. Right now there's just a sort of a glow and an orange smoke has started to drift off of their shoulders, and but nothing's happened yet, but there's just an energy that's emanating off their back.
As you're currently standing in the doorway, going into this rage, as this individual takes a step back with a hand towards the scimitar at their waist. We go back to the Akratos. The one that's currently attacking you is taking another swing at you with the greatsword. That is a 22 to hit.
Roll shield. So
Okay.
it misses.
And another swing, which is a 17 to hit.
Does not hit.
Does not hit. It's currently the first hit strikes this effervescent blast of energy that occurs in front of you, catching the blade and rebounding it. The second one going over your head as you're currently still in this dance. The one that is currently was in pursuit of you, Greta, now turns to you, Iwin,
No.
as it's been affected by this magic.
Armor.
And it takes, you can see the movements are clumsy as it's standing there in front, but it takes 2 swings with its great sword. That's cocked.
Aren't there effects from the spell he did? Or that
Yeah,
was just...
We're getting to that.
Ooh,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, yeah.
Cool.
And both hits
Strength
miss,
attacks.
unless a 13 hits.
I mean, my armor class is 13. So
Oh, then this one does hit. That's right, because you don't have
my armor went down because I left it.
your armor. That's
On the
right.
island.
We gotta find a shop.
Yeah, we gotta get you some more armor.
So that is a
What size are these guys?
That is 5 points of slashing damage. As the movement, now affected by Ray of Enfeeblement, is quite clumsy, it still manages to catch you with the end of the blade.
Right.
Greta.
Graves.
I cast Ray of Sickness on the one I hate.
Okay.
It does not hit.
Okay.
I
is
don't
this-
even know their armor class, but
As this beam
it's a
of
10.
pale green light strikes past and misses over the creature. You still have your bonus action.
I would like to hide.
There's no place. There's no
I
place to
couldn't duck
hide.
into that little.
The doors are locked of the buildings near you.
Okay. There's
The
no.
only way to
little-
hide is to exit the alley. You have to break line of sight.
Oh,
You can't just
man.
vanish.
I guess I'll just back up another like 15 feet because
Okay.
anything I can do within range.
Yep. So put you here down the
So-
alleyway,
All right.
which now brings us to Iwin.
Off of that, taking that slash, I just want to try to do a swing, hit him with the mace.
Make an attack roll.
Yeah. Yeah, 16.
16.
Yep.
Does not hit.
Oh! Hey.
Yes.
But as you take a swing and it just catches it with the blade.
Oh.
So have your bonus action? Oh, you don't have a bonus action. That's right. Hecate.
Cool. Okay. Hecate will kind of hold his sword in one hand, and with the other kind of pull out the torch as he kind of spins it around as it flares to life. He's going to cast Hold Person on both of them.
Okay. First one's natural 20. That's the one that is this one. Yeah, it's a natural 20.
Great.
Second one fails. It's a 6.
Paralyzed.
All right. So is it currently paralyzed, which is actually the exact same.
Oh yeah.
It's currently gripped in space now,
Nice.
like glue locking the joints. These are currently just now completely frozen in space. Is there anything else you want to do?
I'll take a step back and I'll take the attack of opportunity from one of them.
All right. So as you step back from this one.
Oh.
Whoops.
Nope. It's that mud.
It's
The mud is just
Sticky.
yeah.
Yeah.
Attack of opportunity. There's a 22 to hit.
That will hit. I still have Blade Ward, so it's all good.
That is 9 points of damage.
Cool. Halved to
Halved.
How
to
far back
5.
did you want to
4?
go, though?
4. So you're you're outside the range of combat.
Yeah.
Ewan's still very much in the range of combat. Which
Where
now
he
brings
should
us
never
to the individual on the balcony with you.
Uh-huh.
As they pull out the scimitar slowly, you can hear the kind of grinding of this blade as it's exiting the sheath. And there's this razor sharp edge to it. So I don't know who you are, but I'm going to push you off this balcony. She's going to attempt to tackle you over the railing, like as a hard shove.
And when they do, an arm pops up from
Oh,
the
sure.
smoke, this smoky orange glowing arm, and gives them a hit. just an open-handed smack.
Can you roll damage for that?
Yes, it's a deep.
As they go to tackle Ashvin, moving into range, this ghostly orange arm just right in the face.
3.
3 points of force damage.
Ooh.
All right. Is there currently?
It's just a straight roll, right? It's not plus anything.
Yeah, it's not
the
plus
wild-
anything. They're trying to shove you over the rail. It's their strength check against either your strength or athletics, whichever you want to do.
20, not natural.
Oh, okay. A natural 20 against an 18. That was getting close. As they go to shove you, the punch hitting them and just jarring them enough so that they're not able to actually shove you over the edge. And as they stagger back for the moment, you just hear a, okay, as they break a small vial against the edge of the blade as their bonus action.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Which now brings us to Ashvin.
I'm
You're fully in melee with her.
fully in melee.
Mm-hmm.
Is this guy? Is he still laying there?
Oh yeah.
Okay. What does he look? I want to give him a quick look. What's happening with him?
He's just looking. He's just heaving in a heap on the ground.
Okay. I yelled down to him, "Run!"
But don't worry about me. Just kill her.
And then just kill her. So they have a scimitar
Mm-hmm.
that's out. So they look like they're gonna hit me. So I'm going to bring out my glaive. But I am going to take the... I'm trying to be nice about it because we just got to town. And I'm going to take the boomerang ended side, and I'm going to go for a hit with that.
Okay.
I'm not going to activate it.
Okay. Just making a bludgeoning attack.
Bludgeoning attack with the
Yep.
boomerang.
Go for it.
20, again, not natural.
The natural
hit.
20. It's enough.
Okay.
Their AC is up there.
3 damage.
Okay. As you beat down,
I'm trying to push him back.
they try to catch it with the blade, but it's not enough. And there's a heavy hit to the shoulder. She kind of staggers back for a moment before leveling on you as she's preparing for the next attack as you come around.
Now that I did that, I want to, with that, because I was pushing them back, can I try a Tavern Brawler grapple to try and, like, I'm just really trying to push her back and get us away from the edge.
You know what? Sure. Yeah. You're
Okay.
inside in a crowded wooden space.
Okay.
Why not?
Sweet.
So this is another contest,
Yeah.
right? You're trying to shove her.
I rolled a 2 and a 3.
You roll a 2 and a 3?
Yeah, but
That's not
it's
enough.
plus 6, so it's a 9.
Yeah, it's not enough.
No!
As you go to push back, and instead, you get into a bit of it's like a hard Scrabble.
Yeah.
It's essentially, they're trying to switch, but they don't make any ground. But they're trying to switch position and get a position on you in the midst of you shoving.
Okay.
But it's a very close fight you're having right now with this individual in the hallway, which now brings us to the 2 Akratos. So obviously this one's not doing anything right now, but the other one is currently going to step forward and try to swipe at you. That's an 11. That misses.
Thank goodness. Hi.
And then against you, you watch as they just from like back of the belt fire a single bolt from a small crossbow that was strung at their waist.
Uh-oh.
However, it's not enough. It goes overhead quickly.
Uh-oh.
As it was
Does
on
go
11
me?
to hit. And it just buries itself into the woodwork next to you. And at the end of that round now, this one's taking a wisdom save. That was the longest roll in the history of rolls. It rolled all the way to the end of the box and all the way back along the end of the box.
Nice.
But it's a 24. 23, so it's coming out of the paralyzed.
Oh, man.
But cost him a turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Good call.
that now brings us to Greta.
Oh man, not doing well.
You did see the crossbow fire, so you're aware that they have at least one crossbow.
Yeah, gonna go for the crossbow guy, cause don't like that. Casting acid arrow.
Okay.
Ooh, man, if he was still paralyzed.
I know. It would have been great.
Okay, we got a 20.
Ooh.
That hits.
Yay! Your day's coming, smelly man.
11 points of acid damage. And, so 11 points of acid damage immediately, and then 2d4 acid damage at the end of its next turn.
Cool. Got this one.
And I like where I am. Can I see anything going up above? Because I have this far
You can
further
see
out
Ashvin's
vantage
back
point.
at the
I
balcony.
can see Ashvin's
The
back.
large outline, the bright fur. You're able to make out that there's a struggle happening, whatever it is.
Right.
But if that shove had gone,
Um,
it would have been Ashvin a lot quicker.
Can I hear, like, as I guess a bonus action, can I try to, like, see if I can hear anything?
Make a perception check, given your
As a
squick.
bonus action?
Yeah,
Okay.
given as your squick.
Yeah, it's a 27.
You can hear the sound of a struggle and some sort of combat occurring.
Okay, so
But
I
as
know
it
there's
is,
something going on.
yeah, there's something going on. You're aware of that.
Okay.
Which now brings us to Iwin.
I want to cast Vampiric Touch on that one cloak. That's just coming at me.
Do
All right.
it.
Okay. 21.
That hits.
Yay! 7.
7. And all right, so 7, and then you get back
plus anything?
3 health. As you just reach out and a cold chill passes through, you watch as the Akratos' eyes flash gray for a moment as you're pulling the life force out of their body.
Iwin has the most messed up spells. I love it.
Give me your soul.
Enfeeblement.
What happens in Charles?
You don't want to
dark
know.
place.
It's come to blows. I will make an attack as you kind of blows fire onto his sword and is going to go for a green flame blade.
Okay.
That's only a 14.
Does not hit. As it catches the armor and burns away the cloth, you can see that the tatty chainmail was betraying a much heavier armor underneath.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. So this is very much they're keeping an appearance. That now brings us to the one on the balcony with you. Stepping forward, there's a quickness to their steps as they bring the scimitar up and down as one quick attack motion.
And as they do, another hand pops up
Correct.
from the other shoulder
Yes.
Roll
and
damage
tries
for
to
it.
smack it.
What spell is that?
This is my wild magic rage.
Ooh.
So when I go into a rage, things happen.
So funny.
Ooh, 7.
7 is this poof, once again hitting the face. This time you watch as the eyes cross
It's all open hands.
slightly
Just
as this orange spectral hand just batting away. And as they do, completely miss, striking the stonework, causing sparks. They completely missed you.
I love it.
Nice.
It's going to your turn.
I am going to. I'm going to reach into my bag. I'm gonna grab that towel that I stole, and I'm gonna throw it in their face.
Wow.
And then attempt to keep pushing back.
All right, so as you throw it over them, tell you what, what is this? Make a dexterity check just to see if it lands on them to obscure their vision.
When you pull it out, does it smell really good?
It smells like lavender
Yeah, it
and like
smells
whatever
nice.
else was in there. Yeah. A natural 20.
Natural 20. All right, so as it lands,
For a towel.
This is amazing.
it lands completely on their face, obscuring. You have advantage on this.
Yeah, I do. Oh yeah, so now I'm rolling to push them back, right?
This fight has become such a farce. I love it.
16 and 18 plus 6, so 24.
Yeah, it's enough. As it drapes over them, you go, well, sis, as suddenly you give a quick shove, they go back feet overhead as they clatter into the hallway, now blinded briefly by the towel, but enough to where they're actually backwards in the hallway as you give a hard shove. Currently on the ground, prone. What do you want to do?
That wasn't very nice. And then I want to make a quick, because I know that I have a second, so I'm going to make a quick turn and look out and see what's going on with them.
Looking down, you can quickly surmise that the Kratos are pushing your friends down the alley.
Okay. Is this guy still laying there?
He's come to a sitting position, but
Okay.
he's trying to back away from you in the combat.
Okay,
I don't want to be involved in this.
I yell at him. Do you need to get to safety? I can take you.
Obviously.
And I try and grab him. And
All
I'm going
right.
to try and grab my what I want. I don't know how much I can do in this turn, but I want to grab him and then I want to jump down and try and get down outside of my friends with him.
Okay, so if you try to do this,
Yeah.
this will be on disadvantage because
Okay.
essentially you're rushing an action here. All right, so I need you to make just an athletics check as you're hurling him over the balcony with you.
Not bad. I rolled 15 and a 10, so 10
It's
plus
enough to grab
6.
him.
Great.
All right, and so
And I still have Long Strider.
you still have Long Strider. So as you're now grabbing him by an arm and roughly jamming him over the balcony, whoa, as you're now leaping over the rail, where do you want to go?
I want to go back down, and I think the idea is that I want to help them because I can see that they've got their hands full, but I want him to be able to get away.
So as
I'm
you're
just trying to get down to the ground.
currently sliding down
Yeah.
using one hand to dig into the woodwork, trying to find purchase, it's dangerous. And you can tell that this is not, that there's going to be a save at the end of the next turn,
Okay.
right? As you're trying to slow yourself, but at the moment, you're in a slightly controlled descent on the side of the
fun.
building. As you see Ashvin now dangling a human male by the arm, bobbing along against the woodwork, over the railing, clattering against the, trying to grab purchase.
I have a good view of this.
That brings us to the Kratos. The one that is currently facing off against you is going to take 2 swings.
Also, that takes 4 acid damage at the end of its turn. just
Yeah, this
saying.
one. This one takes
Yeah.
4 at the end of its turn. That is a 22 to hit, 23 to hit, and a natural 20 to hit.
Just a push, boom, boom. Just a couple of slashes.
Where are you
That's
at?
10 points of slashing damage from the
10
first
points?
hit,
10 points from 1.
and 9 points of slashing damage from the second hit. 19 total damage. It's just battered into you.
No!
How much what are you at?
I'm at 60.
Oh god.
You're at 16? Okay.
Still up. Still got vampiric touch.
And was it 2d8 or 2d6?
I was 2d4. I rolled it. It's 4. 4 damage.
So it takes 4 damage. All right.
Do you see how far away I am in combat?
Likewise, the second one is now taking one swipe
What,
at you
I don't
and
have
one swipe at
spells like
Iwin,
you.
seeing that he's now looking the worse for the wearer.
I don't have spells like you.
So
Or
the
the
one against
water.
Iwin
Darts.
misses.
Good.
However, the one
I
against
like
you
it, though.
misses.
Yes.
I'm loving it.
Is low. It's an 11. As it swings through, the one took another swing at you.
Oh,
This
boy.
one, but both of those hits miss from this individual
Good.
as they're
Oh.
going wide. And that now brings us to Greta.
I did not like what I saw there.
A lot of blood flying through the air.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna try for Ray of Sickness again. But this time it'll be level 1. On the one who is like really mean to me.
Okay, this
Yeah.
one
Yeah. It's a 18.
just hits.
Thank you.
AC's 18.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, 12 damage.
All right, 12 damage. As this sickly green beam emerges from Greta, finding its way around you, as you see that just singeing against your cloak, striking the creature.
12 is the damage.
12 damage.
And then you need to make a con save.
That is a 17.
Okay, it saves.
Okay.
These guys are tough.
All right.
Where I come from, shark meat is considered slop.
I'm gritting through a lot of pain right now, being slashed twice in a row.
Our frontliner, the cleric and the wizard.
Yeah. My thing crashed. But okay. I'm gonna do another vampiric touch on him.
Okay.
Because it's the last one I'll be able to use. And
You're making a melee attack against the creature. That's the,
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the vampiric touch. And I rolled 11.
Okay.
And then the damage would be 7 again.
11's not enough. Melee attack.
It's probably 11 plus something, but it's
Actually, I
still
need you to make a Constitution save.
No, I'm doing. I did.
Sorry,
9
concentration
plus
check.
5, 6.
It fails. Vampiric touch fades out.
Oh boy,
Dang it.
But
Iwin.
as we now come
Live
to
a long
Hecate,
life. It's kind of.
All right. We gotta deal some damage here.
Yeah.
This is gonna attract some company, but
Oh, I'm ready for
We'll
them
do
to
it.
go.
he'll move around and start channeling a lightning bolt
okay?
against both of them as he kind of can line them up.
Yeah. It's close enough you can line them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he kind of like looks around like this is gonna attract some company, and
All right, they're making dex saves.
Whoa.
Fail. Save.
Whoa.
ooh, that's good. That's real good. 32.
32. Wow. Okay.
Whoa.
That's some fat damage.
As you watch as Hecate bringing its staff up once more, next to you, Iwin, very close to this, you see the air around him ionize before this blue-white bolt that causes all the hair in your beard to stick out at end.
Oh yeah.
And this bright flash of light evaporates both of the Akratos in the alleyway. As their skin and meat boils and burns away, leaving husks of armor standing where they were. I need Ashvin to make a dexterity save as you're landing in the midst of that carnage.
Okay.
So make a dex save for me.
Good timing.
Refresh.
Looking at it, there is a circular burn in the door of the middle hall, which is now blown backwards and is clapping against the sides from the impact.
Might not have been the best idea.
18.
18. As you hold on, this other individual needs to make a save. Ooh, in the box. Ooh, they fail. As you go to land, you landing find yourself like dodging the plate metal and the bolt of lightning, which just exploded underneath you, managed to half squat, half roll on an elbow into the muck and the mud, which flings upwards in a spiral arc as you find yourself panting, now landing on your back, looking up at the balcony above you, as the individual we were holding doesn't take as graceful a landing and just embeds slightly into the mud, taking 9 points of bludgeoning damage
Okay.
as the air's knocked out of them. However, looking up, the individual on the balcony is not leaning over. As you find yourself in a quiet alleyway, now with voices from behind of concerned individuals, both in the buildings next to you and lookers on who are peering out of various windows in this large tower at the commotion which has just occurred. You find yourselves alone with Kubra Skeletarn coming to his feet now. As he's looked, you can see that both eyes are blackened instantly from the impact into the mud. And as he spits a huge pile of muck out of his mouth at the four of you, leaning on his thighs as he's now catching his breath.
We saw your letter on the post.
You need a job?
That's right.
Yeah? Did we pass the test?
Yeah. As he just vomits on the ground. And that's what we'll pick up next week. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. This has been Novel Chronicles. A big, huge shout out to all of our Patreon supporters. It means the world to us. It makes a huge difference and allows this channel to keep going and grow and do more things. If you're interested in supporting us, you can find the link at patreon.com/BrooklynQuarter. And also, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week.